Oh man, today's show is going to kick some ass. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to toot my own horn. And yes, my internet's still down. When not by down, I mean it can't handle a live stream. It's really fun. But let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gandhi's Thoughts, brought to you by My Nutrition. I am Gandhi, and first and foremost, it is hoodie short weather. The weather is upon us. This is the best weather for me. I don't sweat. I'm comfortable at all times. Things are always looking up, and this is my mic in the middle of my screen. So I'm now going to kick it over to the side. Anyways, today I have a pretty cool show. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here. I've been just for a little catch up on me. My brother's been here. So with my brother travels his wife and my nephew. So since he's been here since Friday. He's on leave from med school right now. I guess it's leave. I guess it's a break. I don't know how med school works. Never looked into it. But he's home, and I've just been spending time with him. It's a family thing. Everyone understands how that works. So anyways, yesterday we had some crazy shit go down that I didn't know was even possible. And it dates back to even going a little bit further back too. So I'm going to catch everyone up here, and then we are going to go through the pros, the cons, the decision making, and who's getting screwed over the most. So let's begin. So about a couple days ago, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, Go Beyond Entertainment tweets out like, retweet if you want Halo 3 at AGL 10K. Now, AGL 10K, for those of you who have no idea what's going on with the competitive community, that is going to be coming up November 1st through 3rd. It is a very, very important event for the Halo community because it's kind of like the last hoorah, but it's getting to the point now where I think there was 10, 16, under 20 teams signed up for the Halo 4 event. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that. That's not a fault on us. It's just, one, it's in Indianapolis, which personally I like the city, but a lot of people, I guess it's not that accessible for some people, or it's too expensive. I don't know how it works, or why it's not working, but you got to hit the big cities if you're hosting like a Halo event, especially with where it's at now, like Columbus, New York, places that are easily accessible. I mean, Knoxville wasn't bad when I think back on it. I think back on Knoxville, and I'm like, most people drove there, man. Like that's cool. Did you hear me stop myself from saying the F word? It's my kid, my nephew's here, so I'm like catching myself all the time. I'm like, hey, bro. It's interesting. Anyhow, so Beyond tweets this out, and a lot of people just go up. They're like, oh, hell yeah, why would we not want Halo 3? Halo 4, we don't like it. It's nothing like Halo, even though we did all this work on it. And if anyone tries to leave Halo 4, we call them a traitor and that they're killing Halo. I can't tell you how funny this is, just real quick, to take a little pause here. Number 4, I think, on the list. Hockey's back, go Caps, moving forward. I can't tell you how funny it is that people say I betrayed Halo and that I killed Halo, right? Like they say that just because it tells people to switch to COD. The ramifications of you guys switching to Halo 3, at least AGL, is going to be huge. And I just want everyone to know that. So I will drink to the community single-handedly destroying AGL. And we'll talk about that later. Don't worry, we got a long show ahead of us here. I'm a bad person. What can I say? So the community kind of gets behind this idea, and they're like, you know what? We actually do. We do want Halo 3. Like there's like 146 people on the MLG playlist right now. There's 190 in Team Throwdown. It's the same shit, and people don't even know that Halo 3 is going to be free next week, October 16th. Like, it could, for the Halo community, it's not a bad idea. But so anyways, pros start streaming in. They're streaming under Halo 4, and if you're wondering why that's important, essentially it's showing that there's still life in Halo 4 when you stream underneath Halo 4. It doesn't matter what game it is, but when you hit more games, because Halo 4 hasn't been on like the main page in a while. So when you hit more and you go down and you see Halo 3's there, and then you scroll down more and you hit more again, and then like yesterday, I had to hit more games like 3 times to find Halo 4, which had a big whopping 70 viewers. And the guy who had like 40 was playing Halo Reach. And what does that mean for anyone who likes Halo like that, or likes Halo 4 like that? They're shattered. They are crippled. That is not fun for them. Oh well, right? Hey, it's not on me this time. That's what matters. So it happens, okay? And there's been talks, and I've been floating the idea around, right? Because I did the same thing yesterday. I said I need just a rough guesstimate, I need like a head count of people, if anyone would like to see like a throwback Halo 3 event. And so there's different companies out there, one in particular, who is interested in throwing this event if everything's going okay and it be done correctly and promoted correctly and everything like that. And a lot of people want Halo 3. And so when I looked at the votes yesterday, I wasn't surprised when I saw it go beyond. It was like, even my Twitter, it was like, I think it was like 80 retweets and 140 favorites, something to that extent. It's insane. There's a lot of people who still want to play Halo 3, and it's just because they don't enjoy Halo 4, and I understand that. I do. But you can't do what AGL did. And this, my friends, is what AGL has done. AGL has their event in 3 weeks, right? They looked at the numbers, they looked at everything, and they said, well, our promotion is subpar. Normally, the only reason anyone even knew about our event was because Gandhi's going to do a bracket show. He's going to tell teams to go there, so pros are going to do the same shit. Not happening. Sorry. There's nothing I can do. Go Beyond, even as well, and they're kind of like the central hub of the Halo community, kind of does the same thing, right? And they tweet out like, oh, get your AGL passes. Oh, let me know if you're going to AGL. I will retweet you. Ghost Ayami, the same shit. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in a tweet with Ghost Ayami, and it's like, Team of 3 looking for a single for AGL Indianapolis. And Ghost like retweets it, quote tweets it, replies to the guy, links him to a forum post, sends him to a file share. Dude, I don't know what is going on, but Ghost, You got to ease up on the retweets, man. I had to turn you off. I had to turn off your retweets. And there's your pro tip for the day. Cue the graphic. Don't have one. Buck. Pro tip of the day. If you're on your computer and you go to a person's profile, next to where the drop down is, next to where it says follow, it's going to be follow in the little rectangle on the right, if you're looking at it, the far right side, and then next to it's going to have a little drop down menu. If you click that drop down menu on your computer, you can turn off retweets. Yeah. So now you know that annoying girl who only retweets like sappy love shit and I don't know, movie quotes, and they think they're really unique, and you're just like, oh my god, I can't follow this girl. But when you look at her page, like she makes like a tweet a day, and you're like, can I really unfollow her? Like, can I do this right now? And you know what? You don't have to now, because you turn off those retweets and you never see them again ever. Cheers. So, AGL crunches some numbers. Or, not crunches some numbers. AGL looks at numbers and they say, well, the team attendance we want for our 10K event, it's guaranteed 10K payout, which isn't bad. It's normally about $5,500 for first. I do believe if they break it up that way. So AGL looks at their numbers and they say, well, this doesn't look good. This does not look good for us. We have potential investors or sponsors, well, however you want to view it. They're both kind of like interchangeable, I guess, in this scene. In my opinion, investors and sponsors, they both are giving you money, right? And we have under 20 teams signed up for the Halo 4 event. Now, that means there is 20 teams. We're just going to go with, for math's sake, screw it. It's giving them the benefit of the doubt. If there's 20 teams, that means there's 80 people signed up for the event. That means there's 80 people who have bought a plane ticket or have chosen to drive and save that money to drive. They have purchased the hotel and they have purchased a team pass. So for those of you who have no idea, 80 teams, it is $200 for a team pass. So what is $1,600 in team passes sold? It's not good. But the point of the matter is that each of those people have spent at least bare minimum $50 on a team pass. And that is kind of fucked up when you're just going to switch the game in a couple of weeks. And I finally cursed. Good job, Scott. Proud of you. So AGL looks at their passes and they say, well, there's $1,600 in team passes. Everyone seems to be tweeting about Halo 3. What's a good way we can get some followers? Little retweet action. And potentially some more team passes. And so they tweet it out. They go, we are here for the community. We want to listen to you. We want to show you that we're not a big corporation and we don't just not give a shit about your opinions. We're leaving it up to you. Retweet for Halo 3. Favorite for Halo 4. The votes, I saw it this morning. I looked it up. It was 430 to 60. 430 to 60. That's a big landslide, man. That's a really, really, really big landslide. And that sucks for the 60 people who want to go to compete for Halo 4 at the event. And now I'm assuming there's obviously going to be some carryover between like, oh, and then I know, this is why I know. This is why I'm covering my ass, because I know someone in the comments is going to say, oh, well, you know, Scott, how do you know that the guy who didn't retweet also favored it? Like, your numbers are skewed. I can't fucking account for that. I'm not going to go through and be like, okay, Elite Sniper favorited and retweeted. Oh, cool. Awesome. His name's on the board for both. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to look at it and take it as is. It's 430 to 60. Get out of here. Doesn't matter. It's 7 times the amount. 7 times. I think that's right. Yeah, 7 times. 7 times the amount voted for Halo 3, a game that is, what, 6 years old? No, 3 years old. Was the last time, well, I guess technically it came out in 2007, but it stopped being played professionally in 2010. We're approaching 2014. So this game is 3 years old, and people want that over Halo 4. So, anyways, this is where things get a little dicey. Halo 4 is out. I'm assuming. The votes, if you say, when a company says, or when a person says they're for the community, and the votes come out, and they say, you know what, we want Halo 3. If you don't pick Halo 3 and it's a landslide victory like that, you're a dick. You are a complete dick and you're a liar, and everyone just sees right through you, and they say, you know what, man? You just wanted us to retweet your tweets and try to get you some followers. You're a dick. It is what it is, right? Who cares? I don't care. It's not on me. And so, I'm assuming they're going to pick Halo 3, right? And that announcement's probably going to come out today. So I'm doing this video right now, and plus the baby's out of the house, so he's not screaming and cutting off my ear. I personally believe that there's a lot of things. I was trying to count them. I was like, well, there's definitely 1, man. Possibly 2. I think there's 3. There was a lot. First things first that you have to address. This is the first. AGL was finally getting developer support from 343. If you guys remember, we were getting that as soon as you logged in. It was like, oh, check out AGL 7. It's going on in Knoxville. Here's the stream. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. Right? They're finally getting that stuff. 343 reached out and they said, you know what? We're going to give away a lot of invites to our global championships because you guys are the main competitive scene in Halo 4. They're reaching their hand out. Now that looked really weird, didn't it? Forgot, if you're closer to the camera, you get closer. They're reaching their hand out. And AGL said, oh, tight, man. They dapped up. They were here, right? Now, with this decision, same thing, same hand movement. 343 is like, hey, how's it going? And they go, whoosh, fuck you. They basically just said, well, 343, we appreciate everything you've done for us, but we're going to take what we're going to do what the community wants, which is cool. It's whatever. And we're going to say, fuck you, fuck the future, we want nothing to do with you, and that's that. That's what I get from it, because you can't, when a developer who's bigger than you, they are humongous, they make shit tons of money, they can employ people to come in there as QAs, which is quality analytics, to come there and just test the game. When you guys don't even pay your casters, shit, you haven't even paid your players from AGL 7, and you look them in the face and you say, no, we're going with Halo 3, we don't care about the future? Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, that is the most mind-blowing thing in the world to me. Like, that you might as well take a nail and throw it in your own coffin. You better switch games, because for all I know, 343 is going to put in a licensing that says, oh, well, you know what? You can't run our game anymore. Go rest in pieces. I don't even know if that's possible. I know Activision has something that's kind of similar to that with the Black Ops and Call of Duty, which I'm assuming you could very easily draft this kind of stuff up for Halo as well. That's my first concern. My first concern was, wow, 343's gonna be pissed. So, concern number 2. For me, as a person who actually was there in the Halo 3 era, I played. What did my placings go in 2001? 4th, 6th, top 12, 8th, right? And that's, you had to play for the 8th spot for the playoffs. So we played for the 8th spot, and we got knocked out in like winners like 5, and then we had to win every single match to get the 8th spot, and we did. It was on Legends then with the 5 best man and Legend pimps. And then we went to the National Championship, where we only had the top 8 teams. And then I retired and I became a caster. I was a shitty caster all the way up until about 2011, but hey, it is what it is. You gotta find your niche. You know what? I found my niche, so F you. And some people may think I suck still. I don't care, it's whatever. I'm happy. So who are you? Are you happy? No. Take that. So for me, Halo 3 was the pinnacle. This was the epitome of competitive Halo. Halo 3 literally was it, right? Like, obviously I can say that Halo 1 was probably the most competitive and the most fun for like LANs and stuff like that. It's personal opinion. Halo 2 was damn close to second, but it was a different game than Halo 1, because you went from a fast shooting gun, like a fast shooting kill time with a pistol, and camos and rockets and nade tricks, like, just the depth was insane. To Halo 2, which was kind of like, okay, we got like a nade trick. We have a nade trick. We have overshields, but we have double shots, BXRs, nade reloading, BXBs, and then we had teamwork. We had call-outs because everyone had their own individual screen. Like, that was very, very unique for its time. A lot of people didn't get down with that, because a lot of people in Halo 1 liked the quarter screen, or they liked the half screen, or the split screen. They loved that. That was their home, man. They didn't like breaking it. So everyone has full screen now, and you have to have call-outs, stuff like that. But even despite, like, Halo 1, me saying, is the most, like, competitive and most challenging, it isn't. And you know why? Is because the Halo 3 season, Halo 3 was unreal to look at now. When you dial it back to 2009, like, yeah, okay, MLG had what? Gears of War 2? Yeah, they had Gears of War 2. They had something else. Forget what else. That was, like, Halo was the main game, right? Like, it was insane. Like, it was the big game. Cool. We had sponsors like Dr. Pepper, Old Spice, Hot Pockets, Stride Gum, NOS energy drinks. We had players sponsored by Red Bull, still do. It was huge. Halo 3 competitively was insane. passes were sold out in 5 minutes, sometimes even less than 5 minutes. I can't tell you how many times I would watch it, and back then, I didn't do a show because I had no technology. Back then, I was just hanging out, right? I wish if I could go back, I would do the same shit I was doing now for then, but it doesn't matter. I can't live in the past. But I can't tell you how many times I'd look at the forums and be like, oh, MLG, your site crashed. When I hit refresh, the passes were sold out. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I want to compete. You know what happens now? What happens now is it's like, oh, AGL 10K is coming up, guys. Get your team passes for Halo 4. And everyone's just like, flicking like a quarter. Sitting there. That's it. No one gives a shit. No one gives a flying fuck. But now you're going to take that same thing. You're going to take that same ordeal, right? The same company, right? You're going to take that same thing. And now you're going to make them pick up Halo 3, a game that should live in infamy on the side of competitive, or on the competitive side of things, especially in Halo. You're going to give them 3 weeks to promote a tournament. You're going to give them 3 weeks to say, hey, every one of you 80 people who have bought this team pass, go away. We don't care about you. We're going to try to bring in another 80 people. What? You can't market a Halo 4 tournament since August and then 3 weeks before switch it to Halo 3 in good faith. It's a PR nightmare. It is a nightmare. I understand you're going to do it anyways, and I understand like the community wants it, but holy shit, are you serious? Like, wow. Like, I couldn't imagine ever being you. Ever. It's insane. Anyways, so for me, personally, I think Halo 3, any past Halo, besides Reach, screw Reach, any past Halo deserves the right promotion, the right time for people to get prepared for the event, the right location, and the right teams to sign up and go to it. It deserves that. Any of the past Halos, they deserve that. And you know why they deserve that? Because this game paved the road for us. This game, the Halo series that Bungie did, paved the road for competitive gaming. It made MLG. Now, you're going to take a game that made MLG with all these huge viewers, and you're going to say, meh, let's give them 3 weeks. No one's played this game in 3 years, but let's give them 3 weeks. That's right. Whatever. Doesn't matter anymore. Moving forward. So, number 3. Really, the next thing I guess I can really say, I guess the next thing that's of importance is what are you going to be doing? How many teams are actually going to go to this event? Right? I understand, and to put it in perspective, basically team passes cover their overhead for an event. It covers flights, travel. It covers travel, hotel, food for the weekend, and a bunch of other stuff. And normally it covers the prize money as well. But they have the prize money put up. Good for you, right? So I don't know how it's necessarily going to work out now since it's guaranteed prize money. But so before, if they had 64 team passes sold, which I think they did once. I don't know if they ever did now. Whatever. If they have 64 team passes sold, then they would have everything covered, and they would make a little money, and they would have enough money to cover myself and Maven's flight and hotel. Maven and I aren't going to AGL 10. I will be in Detroit at UMACon casting Halo 4 2v2s and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 2v2s. If you're in the Detroit area and you want to go to a UMACon, whatever it's called. It's a con, so there's going to be like those hot little slutty girls in like Pikachu outfits and stuff. Tight. If you're in that area and you want to compete, I think the prize is like $500 for first place for both of them. So if you're half decent at video games, I think Mickwin's going to swing on by, say what's up, hang out with me for a bit. But if anyone else in the area, you want to go to Detroit, it's at the Renaissance Center. I'll post the link in the description. And I know I always say that, and I know I normally always forget, but I'll do my best. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I guess the next thing for me would be what teams are going to go, right? So obviously you got Ambush, you got Classic, you got Requiem's going to go. Little tidbit of information here. Requiem was not going to attend the Halo 4 event at AGL 10K. Yeah. Whew. I don't know. But now since it's the Halo 3, obviously they want to go, and I get that. I don't know what teams are going to go, but whatever, right? We'll see what happens. I'm assuming AGL was just looking to, like, double their entries, and that's okay. Like, that's okay if you have no affiliation with 343 and sponsors, and people didn't already buy plane tickets to come out to your venue for a Halo 4 event, right? But that is what happened, right? But regardless, whatever. So number 4, I talked about this earlier when I kind of freaked out there a little bit, and I apologize. It's just I can't take this stuff anymore. I can't just keep being like, oh, well, AGL did this. Like, people are getting, like, 80 people getting screwed over is travesty, dude. Like, what the like, I hate that. Because I know, for me, I got screwed over one time before in the past. It was by a fake teammate. I'll tell this story tomorrow on a show for just everyone out here. I basically got catfished by Triple X, but it wasn't like I was talking to a girl. It was about a teammate I thought I was going to have at an event. So I know what it's like. And it's not the same thing, but in a way it is, because I prepared to go with that guy, and these 80 people prepared to go to Halo 4 event only for 3 weeks out to find out that it's going to be a Halo 3 event. So to kind of spin the perspective here just a little bit, everyone here knows that no pro is playing Halo 4, really. Ninja maybe, Requiem a little bit. These kind of players are playing just a tidbit, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Okay? So if you're on the cusp of breaking into the top 4, the top 8, top 10, and you've been grinding and these pros haven't been, you can safely say in your mind that, wow, they're not prepared. If we catch fire, even though they have great shots, we can beat them. So now, everyone always has that opinion anyways, but when you're playing and other teams aren't, like, you really can believe it. And I understand that, and you really should believe it no matter what. So they are in this spot where, like, 3 weeks, man, I can't wait to play this team in this round. Like, we're going to beat the shit out of them. Like, they stand no chance. Crippler crossface, people's eyebrow, everything. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out there with 2 fucking beers, smacks them together. I got 2 bottles right here. Right? Like, they're pumped up. And then, what happens? 3 weeks before the event, community, we love you! Woo! Yes, you guys are the best. Tell us what game you want. Obviously, everyone wants Halo 3. Why would you even ask? Fuck it, we're gonna do it anyways. Oh my god, 430 to like 60. We're taking it, man. You guys got it. Woo! And then 80 people there, and the one team that's looking good is sitting there going, fuck! We were this close to just potentially beating these teams, man. Like, God. That's my main problem with the decision. Other than that, and I want to clarify right here, okay? This, because I know everyone's going to be watching this and be like, oh man, Gundy has no idea what he's talking about anymore. He doesn't care. He's doing different games. I still pay attention to everything. I still care because unlike the majority of people in here, I care about the community. That's why if anyone I'm not justifying myself anymore. I don't give a shit. Am I against Halo 3 at future events? No. Not at all. I get it. Halo 4, the interest is just super low right now, and that's the truth. That is the truth. It's not a lie. That's not an opinion. It is super, super low. So I understand. Tournaments have to actually stay alive here. And in order for them to stay alive, depending on their model, they actually have to sell team passes. They have to sell team passes. And if they're not selling team passes, then they're hosting these events and they're going negative, and then they're probably not going to be around for much longer. So in the future, if Halo 3 team passes are going to sell out, then do Halo 3. My problem is not with Halo 3. It's with the fact that 3 weeks before your biggest event, you're going to change everything around. Switch games. That I can't, in my mind, say is okay. I can't. Now, this is the deep breath. I'm going to take a sip of coffee here. Got a little bit crazy in there, didn't it? Like that last bit, I was like, wow, Scott, man, you're getting fired up, buddy. But it's just, I'm so tired of people getting screwed over in the gaming world that it's just, ugh. I can't do it anymore. It sucks. So, the last note I want to leave on here is to everyone out there who ever tweeted me and said, your voice carries a weight, and I understand that it does, and that's why I say the things I do. But let me continue. If you ever tweeted me and said, you know what, man, you saying Halo's dead, Halo 4 is dead, is actually killing Halo. If you voted for Halo 3 at AGL 10K, not only did you kill Halo, but you potentially killed AGL. Hypocrisy is a bitch. And I just want to let everyone know that that is the cold hard truth. Other than that, I love you, but I don't love you. Take it easy. Where's my thingy?